I'm Ray Madursky, and in this video I'm going to show you how to assemble the German-Swiss tart called Traubenkuchen. It's a very simple tart made with red and green seedless grapes, and they just sit on some pastry cream. And the pastry cream has already been made. It's a pretty straightforward process, so I'm not going to record that. But one of the things I'm going to do is show you I actually cracked my pastry shell. So we'll use it as a good teaching opportunity, and I'll show you how to repair a shell. And all we're going to do is use a little bit of glue, i.e. melted apricot preserves. So let's get started, okay? Okay, so here you can see I actually broke the edge of the crust. So the way I like to handle something like this happening is, one, by not freaking out because it's no big deal, but using your apricot preserve. So in order for the apricot to be able to work like a glue in a shell that's been broken, I wind up covering the entire inner surface of the pastry with a layer of the jelly, and do the sides and everything. And then what we'll do is pick up one of our pieces, the larger piece, and we're going to actually brush right along the edges that we want to stick. And just put it right into place. Same thing with the second piece. Brush it. And then fit it down into place where it belongs. And there you go. It's not perfect, but guess what? It's going to be delicious, so we don't have to worry. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is put a layer of pastry cream in the tart. Now the shell is about a 9-inch shell. It's a metric tart pan from France that I use. And for the strawberry tarts and things like that, I tend to put a little bit less pastry cream. But for the Traubenkuchen, I like a little more cream in my tart shell. So putting the cream all across the shell, and it's a thickness of about 1/2 inch. Okay, and it's pretty straightforward. I like to use an offset small spatula. You could use a butter knife, you could even use the back of a spoon. Sometimes if I'm out and I'm doing a demo and I don't have my small spatula with me, I will just take a soup spoon, and you can just use the back of the spoon, and all we're doing is somewhat leveling it, and it doesn't have to be perfect, so don't worry. This is not perfect, but it's going to be beautiful, I promise you. Now what we're going to do, into this shell, we're going to make concentric circles of red and green seedless grapes. I think I'm going to start with the green seedless grapes here, and then we'll go to the red. So we're just going to place them right along the edge of the pastry, tightly fit, one right next to the other, and just continue until you have a complete circle. Okay, so there we have our outer circle. Now I'm going to do the same thing using the red grapes. Now when you put the grapes into the pastry, the part where the fruit was attached to the stem should be on the bottom. So that little connective area is facing down into the pastry cream. That way we get a much nicer look on the fruit. Okay, we're almost done. And just do one complete circle of grapes at a time. And voila! Let's pick a yellow green grape to go right in the center there. There we have it. Now the next thing we want to do is to glaze the tart. And we did glaze the inside of the shell because it had cracked and I wanted to glue this little piece here. So now we're going to glaze the entire tart, fruit, pastry cream, everything. Everything that's exposed should be covered. And the reason is that the pastry cream will dry out after a few hours, and while it might be okay, it's not very attractive. Okay, so I'm just finishing the sides of the pastry with a little tiny touch of glaze. And there we are. Here is our finished Traubenkuchen, a grape tart with vanilla pastry cream and a sugar crust. And I know it looks really simple and you're thinking, well, how good could that be? Well, let me tell you, this is so amazing. It was the first tart that I was taught to make by my teacher, John Clancy, who's the greatest baker I've ever known. And since he taught us how to start tarts using this very tart, I've decided I would do the same thing. And it's a great place for you to begin your tart making, especially if you're a novice and you're feeling, oh, I'm not sure if I could do that, how it'll come out. It's a gem. It's an absolute beauty. And the amazing thing is the taste is just phenomenal. So now for the fun part, we're going to taste it. Okay, so let's see how we did here. Again, this is our grape tart, the Traubenkuchen. Guys, I'm telling you, this is definitely one that you've got to put into your repertoire. Very simple, very easy as you saw to do, but the taste is phenomenal. Okay. Well, I hope you'll go to abakerspassion.com, get the recipes for the doughs, the pastry cream, and use the videos. Get going and start baking these amazing desserts. Okay? Thank you, have a great day, and I'm Ray Madursky. Take care.